Down to a one and only exclusive Dolphin star, Tyreek Hill, once again involved with police, this time after an argument with his mother-in-law. Local 10's Rush Lowe live now in Sunny Isles Beach with more on what we're learning today. Rush.
And this was a concerning call to Sunny Isles Beach police on Monday. Let me set this up, and this comes straight out of the police report. Tyreek Hill's mother-in-law was very concerned for her granddaughter. She told police that Tyreek was in an argument with her daughter, grabs the baby, and then starts walking towards the balcony.
The daughter, the subject is the husband on scene.
The call goes out. Police race to the Porsche Design building in Sunny Isles Beach on Monday.
Subject is Tyreek Hill.
The mother-in-law of Miami Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill calls the cops. The call goes out as an assault in progress.
Subject black male wearing a white tank top.
When police get there, they make contact with Hill, his wife.
The one thing that I don't like about this is that anytime somebody calls the police, they never know what they're walking into. And so if this is an assault that is in progress, the police are going to come in on high alert. Now, whether it's the truth, whether it's a lie, that's to be determined once they get there. But this is how a lot of accidents happen. So I'm hoping that the situation is not what happened. And I'm hoping that when the police got there, that they was able to sort all this out.
Keita Hill and their child.
I'm ready for it.
They also speak to Tyreek's mother-in-law, Alicia Vaccaro. Let's get right to the police report. Quote, Vaccaro stated that Tyreek is very aggressive and impulsive, and that he has anger issues, and she is afraid for her daughter. And when she saw Tyreek arguing and throwing her daughter's computer to the floor and later grabbing her granddaughter and start walking with her in his arms towards the balcony of their 35th floor residence, she called the police.
Get out! Get out!
Hill has made headlines for off-the-field incidents. Remember last September when he was pulled over by Miami-Dade officers outside Hard Rock Stadium on game day? Those traffic citations were eventually dropped. Straight out of the police report.
I do have a level of concern with some men out there when it comes to their anger. And I get it, right? Personally, I think that it stems from something within their childhood. Now, I don't know what's true or what's not true, but I do know some men that have severe anger issues, and they go from 0 to 10, and especially with women. You got to get yourself some help with that. You have to. With him having as much success as he has, I would hate to see that this situation goes left for him. But you need to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's, and if you know that you are hot hit, you got to get that checked out. You got to.
Tyreek's wife tells cops that her arguments with Tyreek are becoming more frequent. When she told him he wasn't involved enough with the baby, she says he grabbed the baby, and she's now in the process of filing for divorce. No charges in this case. Both parties stated that the argument never became physical, even though officers observed a light redness mark bruise on the mother's left upper chest.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a story last year. I don't know if it's the same lady. I had to do some research on it, but I think he filed divorce or attempted to file divorce maybe 2 weeks after being married. I'll look into that and I'll get back to you guys. But for her to file divorce so quickly, man, some women just don't tolerate it, man. I'm wondering if it was some underlying drama that was going on, and this might have been the tipping of the ice. I'm just wondering.
And questioned her about it. She replied that it probably had happened without malice when he grabbed the baby from her. Officers observed that the baby was in good health and good physical condition. Okay, now this is very important. So the concern here initially, and right out of the police report, it's 35 stories up. And the mother-in-law, was very concerned about Tyreek Hill with this baby apparently walking towards the balcony, and that's why cops were called. But also out of the police report, it says that Keita, his wife, did not want to write a statement about the incident. And Tyreek left the residence in the presence of the police. Much more for you on this developing story tonight at 6 o'clock. For now, I'm live in Sunny Isles Beach. Rush Lowe, Local 10 News.
Controversy surrounding the Dolphin star once again. Rush, thanks a lot. We have new to down to
Such a sad, sad story, man. Again, I'm hoping all parties are safe. And I think what goes unnoticed is that child. As that child has to go through all of this drama and just be in this chaos. You got to protect yourself. Even if you're a man, period, you have to make sure that your ducks are in a row and are aligned so that you don't find yourself in situations like this, man. Typically, the downfall of a lot of men has to do with domestic violence. I'm looking at this article right here from TMZ, and it says Tyreek's Hill wife, Keita Hill, has filed for divorce from the NFL superstar 1 day after cops were called over a domestic dispute at their Miami area home. So it looks like this happened yesterday, and she filed for divorce the next day. So it must be something serious. According to Sunny Isles Beach Police Department incident report obtained by TMZ Sports, cops say Keita's mother, Alicia, told them she had called for emergency services Monday after saw Tyreek throw a computer to the floor and then grab the couple's baby daughter. Officers on the scene stated Keita told them she and Tyreek have been arguing frequently lately. So there it is right there. They have been arguing lately. And Monday's quarrel was sparked by a comment that he was not involved in. He wasn't involved enough with their daughter. That's when he got irritated. Cops say Keita told them. Tyreek, cops said that he gotten upset with Keita after the quip about their daughter, so he approached her, grabbed the baby, and started walking around the apartment. I can see that, man. I can see he grabbing his daughter thinking that, spend no time. It is kind of hurtful. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but that is kind of hurtful. So maybe he wasn't going to do anything crazy. He just wanted to hold his daughter, right? I can see that can get screwed up, but let me finish reading this. In his own words, officer said in a report, he stated, I have the same rights as a father, as a mother, and I can take my baby whenever I want. This gets interesting. This may be messy here, because when the cops were called, they were called about a baby possibly 35 stories up going to be thrown over. That's what it probably sounded like to me when I first initially heard that story. But just looking at this report, it seems to be that he just wanted to hold this baby, and there was some confrontation about him not spending time. He having conversations with her saying, no, I am a good father. You know how it go. Typical drama. Officers say both parties told them the argument never became physical. That's a good thing. No arrests were made, and authorities told us on Wednesday there's no further investigation into the matter. This could have went left. This could have went left real quick, depending on how those cops showed up. I'm glad the tension was down. I'm glad that he was calm in the whole situation, and I am excited to hear there wasn't no charges filed on him. He wasn't done wrong. On Monday, we were informed that the police were called to Tyreek's home. Conversations, remember, I think I read that court records obtained showed that on Tuesday, less than 24 hours after the incident, Keita submitted documents in Miami-Dade County to split from the Dolphins wide receiver. So she filed for divorce. That's public records. Keita's attorney, Evan R. Marks, told us late Wednesday, family matters are personal and respect the party's privacy as it plays out. Tyreek and Keita got married in November 2023. But a few months later, which is what I thought, Tyreek filed for divorce. He later insisted the couple was happy and was adamant the filing was a mistake. It's not a mistake. He felt something. He filed. And the result of some effing bonehead who he later fired. Keita gave birth to their daughter, the couple's first child, in late 2024. So they do have a child together, man. I'm hoping that they can work that out. The child does need both parents. So I'm hoping that they can come to some type of agreement and get the help that they need so this marriage can stay whole. They had shown no public signs of issues lately, often filming happy videos together on their social media. So yeah. Well, I hope they get that fixed, man. I hope they work that out. I'm glad that nobody went to jail, but a divorce was filed. So this is serious. We have seen celebrities and athletes file for divorce and then they take it off the table. And then we've seen some people where they take it off the table and then they see it through. So good luck to all parties involved. I'll catch you guys next time.